The alarm screamed across the galactic testing facility. Commander Zix jumped from his chair as every screen turned blood red. The power detector showed impossible numbers. Through the window stood a human. Tall, brown hair, gray shirt, black pants. Nothing special. But the detector was going insane. Red lights flashed everywhere. Numbers climbed higher and higher. The human sipped his coffee, calm, bored, completely unaware. Zix could not believe his eyes. The strongest warriors in the galaxy could only reach level 60 on this machine. The legendary Krakenor champions trained their entire lives to hit that mark. This human touched the pad 1 second ago. Just 1 second. No punch. No energy blast. Just a simple touch. The meter showed 999 plus, maximum capacity, and the human was yawning. His assistant Plick fell from his chair. His blue skin turned ghost white. "Sir, this cannot be real. The machine must be broken." His voice shook with pure terror. Zix wanted to believe that. He desperately wanted to believe it. But deep down he knew the truth. The machine was working perfectly. This human was just that powerful. Inside the testing room, smoke poured from the detector. Metal glowed red hot. The machine was dying. The human noticed. Excuse me. Is your machine broken? It is making weird sounds." His voice was genuinely concerned, innocent, kind. Zix tried another test. The strength chamber. He set the weight to 500 units. Most species needed both hands and full concentration to lift this. The human grabbed the bar with one hand. His other hand held his phone. He was texting someone, scrolling through messages. The bar went up smooth as silk, like it weighed nothing. Zix kept adding weight. 700 units, 900 units, 1,000 units, maximum capacity. The human kept lifting, still one hand, still looking at his phone. He was humming a happy song now. At maximum weight, the metal bar started bending, not from the weight hanging on it, from his grip. His fingers pressed into solid steel like soft clay. Then came the speed test. The light turned green. The human disappeared. Not running fast, disappeared. One moment at the start line, next moment at the finish. The sensors showed one word, error. Too fast to measure. Dr. Van arrived with his science team. He asked the critical question. What does this human do for work? Is he a soldier, a warrior, an elite fighter? Zix asked the human directly. The answer changed everything. "Oh, I am a teacher. I teach history to children. I love my job." Dr. Van dropped his tablet. It shattered on the floor. He did not notice. His face was pure white. A teacher, not a soldier. Just a teacher. The female scientist Sela whispered the question everyone was thinking. If their teachers are this powerful, then what are their actual soldiers like? What are their warriors like? Silence filled the room. Heavy, suffocating. Nobody wanted to answer. Nobody wanted to imagine. They tested him in the combat simulator next, the most advanced training system in the galaxy. The best warriors could barely reach level 20. The current record was level 23, held by a legendary general who trained for months. Level 1 started. 3 armed robots attacked. The human moved without looking. 3 quick strikes. All robots down. 5 seconds. He took a sip of coffee. That was easy. What is next? Dr. Van skipped to level 10. 10 advanced combat robots with energy shields and plasma weapons. 8 seconds. All destroyed. The human was still holding his coffee. Not one drop spilled. Level 20. Elite warriors attacked with perfect teamwork. 20 seconds later, they were all defeated. The human looked slightly interested now. Oh, this is getting better. Dr. Van pushed the limit. Level 50. Maximum difficulty. 50 elite warriors appeared. All species, all weapons, energy rifles, plasma cannons, gravity hammers. They attacked as one deadly wave. The human gently placed his coffee down. Okay, now it is getting interesting. He smiled, actually excited. What happened next was too fast for normal eyes. The human became a blur, pure motion. Every attack missed by millimeters. His counters were precise, efficient, perfect. 30 seconds. All 50 warriors defeated. The simulator spoke with a cold, mechanical voice. This unit cannot create adequate challenge for this being. Continuing will cause permanent system damage. Shutting down now. The lights died. The human knocked on the window. Hello? Did I break something? I was not even trying hard yet. Admiral Crest arrived, a battle-scarred warrior who had seen everything. He read every report, watched every video. His hands trembled. This is just one human, one single human. Dr. Van handed him a data file. His name is Marcus Webb, age 35, married with 2 kids, history teacher, completely average by human standards. Admiral Crest opened the file. His eyes went impossibly wide. Earth has 8 billion humans, Dr. Van continued. We accessed their databases. Marcus Webb ranks middle for his age group. Not top 10, not top 100, just average, normal. The temperature dropped. Sila added the final horror. We found videos of human athletes, their Olympic Games, their military training. Admiral, if this teacher is middle rank, then their actual warriors are beyond our measurement capabilities. Admiral Crest stood, his face turned to stone. Send emergency message to Galactic Council. Highest priority. Mark Earth as level 10 friendship priority. Make this very clear. Never make humans angry. Never threaten them. Never attack them. Ever. The message shot across the galaxy at light speed. Every civilization, every government, every council member. The warning was absolute. Humans were not to be threatened. Earth was now the most protected planet in known space. But space is vast. Messages take time. And in the far edge of the outer rim, a warlord named Gross was planning an invasion. He commanded 500 warships. He had conquered 30 planets. His name made species surrender without fighting. And he had not received the message yet. Gross sat on his command throne, studying a hologram of a small blue planet. Earth. My lord, this planet is rich in resources. The dominant species is weak. No strong defenses, perfect targets. Gross smiled. His teeth gleamed in darkness. How many ships do they have? A few thousand, my lord. Primitive vessels, slow, weak. Our shields will not even feel their weapons. Perfect. We attack in 3 days. This will be an easy victory. His laugh echoed through the ship, loud, booming, confident. Back at the facility, Marcus was ready to leave. He shook everyone's hands. Thank you for letting me use your gym. This was really fun, better than my normal workout. He walked to his ship, turned before entering. Hey, if you ever visit Earth, look me up. I will show you around. Maybe we can grab lunch. I know a great pizza place. His ship lifted off. Seconds later, it vanished into faster than light speed. Dr. Van stood next to Zix. They stared at empty sky. Commander, do you think Gross received our message yet? Zix checked his device. His face went pale. No, Doctor. The message has not reached the outer rim yet. It will take 2 more days. Gross would arrive at Earth in 3 days. He had no idea what was waiting for him, no idea that he was about to attack the most dangerous species in the galaxy. A species so powerful they did not even know their own strength. A species that could destroy his entire fleet without breaking a sweat. And the scariest part, they would probably just invite him for coffee after. 3 days passed. Gross' fleet dropped out of hyperspace above Earth. 500 warships, each one bristling with weapons, plasma cannons charged, shields at maximum. His generals stood ready on the bridge. This would be their easiest conquest yet. Gross stared at the blue planet below. So beautiful, so defenseless, so mine. Open communication channels. Let them hear their doom, the transmission broadcast across all Earth frequencies. People of Earth, I am Warlord Gross. You have 1 hour to surrender. Give us your resources, your technology, your planet. Refuse and we will take it by force. You cannot win. You cannot fight. You cannot escape. Silence followed. Long, uncomfortable silence. Then a response came through. A calm female voice, professional, almost bored. "Hello, Gross. This is Earth Defense Command. We received your message. Please hold your position. Someone will be with you shortly." Gross laughed. His generals joined him. They think they can negotiate. They think they have time. Fools. Prepare weapons. Target their major cities. The weapons officer hesitated. "My lord, I am detecting something strange. A small vessel approaching. Just one ship. Tiny, unarmed." Gross leaned forward. "One ship. Show me." On the view screen, a small transport appeared. Outdated design. No weapons. No shields worth mentioning. A coffin flying through space. They sent one ship to face our entire fleet. Gross could not stop laughing. This is their defense. One pathetic vessel. Destroy it. Show them we are serious. The weapons officer locked on. Plasma cannons ready. But before he could fire, the communication channel opened again. The small ship was hailing them. "Hello there. My name is Dorothy Chen. I am here to discuss your surrender terms." The bridge fell silent. Complete silence. Then Gross exploded with rage. "Our surrender. You dare! You insult me with one ship and speak of our surrender. Who are you?" The view screen showed an elderly human woman. Gray hair, warm smile, glasses perched on her nose. She wore a cardigan sweater. She looked like someone's grandmother. "Oh, I apologize for the confusion, dear. I am retired, actually. I used to work in defense coordination. They called me back for this. Said it would be quick. Now about your fleet. You really should power down those weapons. They are making my sensors beep." Gross felt his blood boil. "You mock me. You mock Gross the Conqueror. I have destroyed entire civilizations. I have burned 1,000 worlds. And you, an old woman in a toy ship. You think you can stop me?" Dorothy adjusted her glasses. "Oh no, dear. I am not here to stop you. I am here to give you a chance. The Galactic Council sent warnings about Earth. You did not receive them, so I will explain personally. You need to leave. Now. Turn your ships around. Go home. No one needs to get hurt." Gross stood from his throne, his full 10 feet of height, his red scales gleaming, his teeth bared. "I will enjoy watching you burn. All weapons. Fire on that ship. Obliterate it. Every cannon on every ship fired at once. 500 warships unleashing concentrated hell. Enough firepower to crack a planet. Enough energy to vaporize an entire fleet." The space around Dorothy's ship turned white with destructive power. The weapons officer watched his screen. "Direct hit, my lord. Nothing could survive that. Nothing in the galaxy could." The white light faded. Smoke cleared. And Dorothy's ship sat there, completely undamaged. Not a scratch, not a burn mark. Perfect. Dorothy's voice came through again. Slightly annoyed now. That was rude. "I am trying to help you. Your weapons cannot hurt us, dear. Our ships are made differently. Now please, be reasonable. Impossible." Gross grabbed his tactical officer. "What kind of shields are those? What technology is that?" The officer checked his readings. His face went pale. "My lord, she has no shields, no energy barriers, nothing. That is just the hull. Their ships are just that strong." Gross felt something he had not felt in decades. Fear. Real cold fear. "Bring the fleet closer. Surround that ship. Prepare boarding parties. If we cannot destroy it, we will take it." The fleet moved in, tightening formation. 500 massive warships surrounding one tiny vessel. Boarding pods launched. Hundreds of them. Armed warriors ready to storm the ship. Dorothy sighed. "You are not listening. This is your last warning. Leave now, or I will be forced to disable your fleet." "Disable our fleet," Gross roared. "You are one old woman in one small ship. We are 500 warships with 500,000 warriors. You cannot. Actually, dear, I can." Dorothy pressed a button on her console. It was labeled Basic EMP. Standard civilian defensive measure. A pulse rippled out from her ship. Soft blue light. Gentle. Pretty. It washed over the entire fleet in seconds. Every ship went dark. Every screen died. Every weapon powered down. Every engine stopped. The shields collapsed. Life support switched to emergency backup. The boarding pods froze mid-flight. Gross stood in darkness. Emergency lights flickered on, red and dim. His bridge was silent except for panicked breathing. What happened? His voice was barely a whisper. What did she do? The tactical officer checked backup systems. His hands shook. My lord! She hit us with an electromagnetic pulse. But the power, the range, the precision, this should not be possible. Our ships are hardened against EMPS, military-grade protection. And she just turned us all off, with one button. Dorothy's face appeared on the emergency screen. Now then, are we ready to talk like civilized beings? Or do I need to do something more permanent? Gross fell into his command chair. His pride was shattered, his confidence destroyed. What are you? What is Earth? We are just humans, dear. Regular people. I am a retired officer, 67 years old. I spend most of my time gardening now. But when someone threatens my planet, I come back to work. Now. You have two choices. Option 1. You leave immediately. Go back where you came from. Never return. Never threaten Earth again. Option 2. I disable your ships permanently. You drift in space until someone rescues you. Very embarrassing for a warlord. Gross knew he had lost. Completely. Utterly. But he had to know. How? How are you so powerful? You are one person. One old woman. Dorothy smiled. A kind, grandmotherly smile. Oh, sweetie, I am not powerful. I am retired, old, slow. If you really want powerful, you should meet our actual military, or our athletes, or our college students. They are quite impressive. I am just, what is the word? Average. That word hit Gross like a physical blow. Average. This godlike being was average. Gross made his decision. The only decision he could make. We surrender. Completely. Unconditionally. Please. Restore our ships. We will leave immediately. Dorothy brightened. Oh, wonderful. I am so glad you are being reasonable. Let me just... She pressed another button. There we go. Your system should reboot now. 6 months after the Dorothy Chen incident, the Galactic Council made a historic decision. Earth would be invited to the Galactic Olympics, the greatest sporting event in known space. Thousands of species competing in hundreds of events. Strength, speed, endurance, combat, strategy. Every 4 years, the galaxy gathered to celebrate athletic excellence. The council chamber was packed. Representatives from every major civilization attended. Admiral Crest stood at the podium. His forearms gestured as he spoke. We must invite Earth. We must show friendship, show respect. They are part of our galaxy now. We cannot exclude them. A Zenturi counselor stood. Her blue skin rippled with concern. But, Admiral, if we invite them to compete, if they participate, they will dominate everything, every event, every category. It will not be a competition. It will be a demonstration of human superiority. Exactly why we must invite them. Admiral Crest's voice was firm. We need the galaxy to see what we already know. We need everyone to understand, to respect, to fear. Not inviting them would be an insult, and we do not insult humans. The vote was unanimous. Earth received the invitation. On Earth, the message reached the International Olympic Committee. President Sarah Martinez read it 3 times. She called an emergency meeting. The committee gathered in Geneva, confused, excited, worried. They want us at the Galactic Olympics. Sarah looked around the table. They are asking us to send athletes to compete against alien species. This is, I do not even know what this is, an opportunity. The athletic director, James Cooper, leaned forward. Think about it. First contact through sports, through friendly competition. No politics, no weapons, just games. Sarah nodded slowly. But we need to be careful. We cannot. She paused. We cannot embarrass them. The reports from that testing facility. From the Dorothy incident. They think we are incredibly powerful. We are not that powerful, James said. Marcus Webb is just a regular guy. Dorothy is someone's grandmother. We are normal. To them, we are gods. Sarah pulled up classified files. The Galactic Council classified us as the most dangerous species in known space. They are terrified of us. If we go to these Olympics and accidentally, she trailed off, accidentally win everything, James finished, accidentally break their records, accidentally show them we were holding back even more than they thought. Exactly. Sarah sat back. We need to send athletes who can control themselves, who can compete without going all out, who can lose gracefully if needed. So we are throwing the games. James looked uncomfortable. That does not feel right. Not throwing, I'm managing. We participate, we try, but we do not humiliate anyone. We do not break everything. We do not terrify the galaxy more than we already have. The committee agreed they would send a small team. 20 athletes, carefully selected, experienced, controlled, people who understood diplomacy as well as athletics. 3 months later, the team arrived at the Olympic Station, a massive structure orbiting a neutral star. Thousands of ships filled the docking bays. Athletes from hundreds of worlds gathered. The opening ceremony was in 2 days. The human team captain was Jennifer Park, 32 years old, former Olympic gymnast, current aerospace engineer. She had been briefed extensively. Be friendly, be respectful, do not break anything, do not terrify anyone, just have fun and make friends. The team entered the athlete village. Immediately, every conversation stopped. Every being turned to stare. Silence spread like a wave. Jennifer smiled and waved. Hello, everyone. We are Team Earth. Happy to be here. Looking forward to competing with you all. A massive Krakenor warrior approached, 8 feet tall, muscles like steel cables, scars across his chest. He was the reigning champion in 6 strength events. His name was Thorax. He stopped 3 feet away, staring down at Jennifer. You are human. His voice was deep, cautious. Yes. Jennifer extended her hand. Nice to meet you. Thorax looked at her hand like it was a weapon. He very carefully, very gently, shook it. His massive hand completely engulfed hers. He used minimum pressure, like holding a fragile egg. I am Thorax, champion of Krakenor. I have won every strength competition for 10 years. He paused. I do not expect to win this year. Jennifer felt awkward. Oh no, I am sure you will do great. We are just here to participate, to learn, to have fun. You are being kind, Thorax said. But I have seen the reports. I know what humans can do. I know about Marcus Webb, about Dorothy Chen. You could win every event without trying, without effort. You are here as a courtesy, as diplomacy.
Jennifer did not know what to say. The other human athletes gathered behind her. They all looked uncomfortable. A small alien approached, barely 3 feet tall, covered in orange fur, big eyes, friendly face. His name tag said Pip. He was a Mori from the outer systems. Excuse me. Pip's voice was high and nervous. Can I ask a question? Of course. Jennifer knelt down to his level. What would you like to know? Is it true you teach your children to suppress their strength, to hold back, to not hurt others by accident? Jennifer blinked. Well, yes, sort of. We teach kids to be gentle, to control themselves, to play safe. But that is normal parenting, right? Pip looked at the other aliens. They all shook their heads. No, that is not normal. Most species do not need to teach that, because most species cannot accidentally hurt each other with normal interaction. But humans, you are so strong that even your children must learn restraint. Jennifer felt the weight of that statement. She looked at her teammates. They understood. The galaxy was not just afraid of human adults. They were afraid of human children, too. A Zenturi athlete stepped forward. Her name was Zara. She was a champion sprinter. Her blue skin shimmered under the lights. I have a request for all human athletes. Please, when you compete, please try your best. Do not hold back because of us. Do not throw events to spare our feelings. We are athletes. We want real competition, even if we lose, especially if we lose. We want to know the truth. We want to test ourselves against the best. The crowd of aliens murmured agreement, nodding, gesturing support. Jennifer looked at her team. They all nodded. She turned back to crowd. Okay, we will compete honestly. We will try our best, but we promise. We will be careful. We will not break your equipment. We will not hurt anyone, and we will celebrate everyone's achievements, not just victories. Deal, deal, the crowd responded. Tension eased. Conversations resumed. Athletes started introducing themselves, asking questions, making friends. The opening ceremony was spectacular. Light shows, music, dancers from 100 worlds. The human team marched in wearing simple blue uniforms. The crowd cheered, loud, genuine, welcoming. The games began the next day. First event was the 100-meter sprint. Zara, the Centauri champion, was competing. She held the galactic record, 6.8 seconds. Incredibly fast. She had won this event 3 Olympics in a row. The human sprinter was Marcus Thompson, 28 years old. He ran track in college. Good, but not exceptional by Earth standards. He qualified for trials, but never made the Earth Olympic team. He was nervous. The starting line had 8 runners, all different species, all incredible athletes. Marcus stretched his legs, breathed deep, remembered his briefing. Try your best. Be respectful. Have fun. The starting gun fired. Marcus ran. Not full speed. Not Olympic pace. Just a good solid run. He crossed the finish line and checked the time. 4.2 seconds. The crowd went silent. Complete silence. Every screen showed the same number. 4.2 seconds. A full 2.6 seconds faster than the galactic record. Zara crossed the line next at 6.9 seconds. Slightly slower than her record. She looked at the scoreboard, then at Marcus, then back at the board. Marcus felt terrible. I am sorry. I was trying to hold back. I did not mean to. He stopped. There was no good way to finish that sentence. Zara walked over. She was breathing hard, exhausted from her run. Marcus was barely breathing faster than normal. She looked up at him. How fast can you actually run? Marcus hesitated. On Earth, at the trials, I ran 100 meters in 2.8 seconds, but I came in 7th place. Did not qualify. You ran faster than double my record and came in 7th. Zara's voice was not angry, just amazed. Odd. How fast was first place? Around 2.1 seconds. The winner was a woman named Jessica Chun. She is really fast. Marcus smiled. She probably would have won here. Probably. Zara started laughing. She laughed so hard she had to sit down. The other runners joined her. Soon the whole stadium was laughing. Not mean laughter. Joyful laughter. The laughter of people witnessing something impossible. The high jump was next. The record was 2.8 meters. Held by a Draxi named Krell. He was tall and powerful. He had trained for 20 years. The human jumper was Amy Liu, 24 years old, college athlete. She approached the bar set at 2.9 meters. Record attempt height. She took a breath, jumped, cleared it easily, effortlessly, like stepping over a small puddle. The judges conferred. They raised the bar. 3.5 meters. Amy jumped, cleared it. 4 meters. Cleared it. 5 meters. Cleared it. 6 meters. Cleared it. At 7 meters, Amy stopped. Not because she could not go higher, because the equipment could not go higher. The high jump stand maxed out at 7 meters. No one ever thought they would need it taller. Amy landed and walked over to the judges. I think your equipment needs an upgrade. She said it kindly, apologetically. The head judge was elderly Centauri. He had been officiating Olympics for 40 years. He had seen thousands of athletes. He looked at Amy with tears in his eyes. "Young lady, you just jumped 250% higher than our record." While apologizing, "You are extraordinary." Amy blushed. "Thank you, sir. That means a lot." The strength events were fascinating. The weightlifting, the stone throw, the deadlift. Human athletes competed against the massive Krakener warriors, the hulking Vex fighters, the powerful Draxi champions. Thorax lifted his maximum weight, 890 units. The crowd roared. A new personal best. He was thrilled. The human lifter was Robert Martinez, 40 years old, high school football coach. He approached the bar, lifted 890 units with visible effort, breathing hard, straining. The crowd cheered. A tie. Thorax walked over and embraced Robert. "Brother, you gave me true competition." "Thank you." Robert hugged him back. "You are incredibly strong." That was a great lift. They added more weight. 950 units. Thorax tried. Failed. The weight was too much. Robert tried. Lifted it. Barely. His face turned red. Muscles shaking. But he got it up. Robert won gold. Thorax won silver. On the podium, they held hands and raised them together. The crowd went wild. This was sportsmanship. This was competition. This was what the Olympics meant. The marathon was 3 days later. 42 kilometers through the station. Varied terrain. The record was 1 hour 48 minutes. Elite time. The human runner was David Park, 55 years old. Amateur runner. He ran marathon for fun on weekends. David started slow. Really slow by human standards. He wanted to pace himself, not embarrass anyone. He ran alongside a Maury runner named Tick. They chatted the whole time about their families, their planets, their lives. At the 40-kilometer mark, Tick was exhausted, struggling. David was barely breathing hard. Tick looked at him. "You've been holding back. This whole race. You could have finished an hour ago." David smiled. "But then I would not have made a friend. This is better." Tick stopped running. He grabbed David's arm. "No, you finish this race properly. You run your real pace. Show the galaxy what humans can do. I will be proud to say I ran with you." David nodded. He took off. Full speed. Real speed. He covered the final 2 kilometers in 90 seconds. His final time was 42 minutes. He shattered the record by over an hour. When Tick crossed the finish line, 20 minutes later, David was there waiting, cheering, celebrating with him. The combat events were tricky. The council made special rules. No lethal techniques. No permanent damage. Points-based scoring only. The human fighter was Lisa Rodriguez, 36 years old, mixed martial arts instructor. She taught self-defense to teenagers. Her first opponent was a Vex warrior. Huge. Armored scales. Claws. He outweighed her by 200 pounds. The match started. He charged. Fast. Aggressive. Lisa sidestepped. Gentle. Precise. She tapped his shoulder as he passed. A point scored. He charged again. She redirected his momentum. Another tap. Another point. 5 touches and the match was over. The Vex warrior had not landed a single strike. He bowed deeply. "You made me look like a child, but you did it with respect, with honor. Thank you." Lisa bowed back. "You are a fierce competitor. It was my privilege." She won every match, never using more than 30% of her real speed, never striking hard, just touching, scoring, dancing. The galaxy watched a human woman dismantle their best fighters with gentle taps. The final event was the relay, 4 athletes per team, 100 meters each. The human team was made of their 4 youngest members, early 20s, college students. They were excited, nervous. This was their Olympic moment. The race started. The first human runner took off. Not full speed, but faster than anyone else on the track. He passed the baton. Second runner, third runner, fourth runner. They finished in 11.2 seconds total. The previous record was 22.8 seconds. They had run a 4-person relay in half the record time, without even trying their hardest. The stadium erupted, not with disappointment, with celebration, with awe, with joy. Every species was cheering, chanting, Earth, Earth, Earth. The closing ceremony was emotional. The human team had won 47 gold medals out of 50 events. They set new records in 49 events. They broke equipment in 12 events. And they made friends with every single athlete. Jennifer stood at the podium for the closing speech. She looked out at thousands of beings from hundreds of worlds. Thank you. Thank you for welcoming us. Thank you for competing with us. Thank you for teaching us. We came here thinking we would learn about you. Instead, we learned about ourselves. We learned that strength means nothing without kindness. Victory means nothing without respect. Records mean nothing without friendship. You are all champions. Every one of you. We are honored to be part of this galaxy. The crowd roared. Thunderous applause. Alien athletes rushed the stage, lifting the human team, celebrating together. Later that night in the athlete village, Thorax found Jennifer. He had something in his hand, a small medal, not gold, not silver, bronze, from 10 years ago, his first Olympic medal, before he was a champion, when he was just a hopeful young athlete. I want you to have this. He pressed it into her hand. To remember, winning is not everything. Being here, competing, trying, that is everything. Jennifer felt tears in her eyes. I cannot take this. It is yours. No, it is ours. All athletes, all species. We are one now, because of you. Because Earth showed us that strength and kindness can exist together. Back on Earth, the Olympics were broadcast everywhere. Every channel, every screen. People watched humans casually break records while helping competitors, winning races and waiting at the finish line to cheer for everyone else. President Martinez watched from her office. James Cooper sat beside her. That went better than we could have hoped, she said quietly. James nodded. They wanted to see what humans could do. Now they know, and they're not afraid anymore. They are inspired. A message came through from the Galactic Council. Official statement. The next Olympics would have a new category. Human division and open division. Humans could compete in both. But they would have separate records, separate medals, to give other species a chance. But also, the message continued. The council was creating new training programs, new athletic development, new coaching techniques, all designed around one goal: helping other species get stronger, get faster, get better, learning from humans, becoming more than they were. Earth had not just dominated the Galactic Olympics. They had inspired an entire galaxy to try harder, to be better, to reach higher. And that was worth more than all the gold medals combined. The Galactic Olympics ended 3 months ago. Relations between Earth and the galaxy had never been better. Trade agreements were signed. Cultural exchanges established. Tourism started carefully, very carefully. The galaxy wanted to meet humans, but they wanted to be respectful, safe, cautious. The first official school field trip was organized. 20 human children, ages 10 to 12. They would visit the Galactic Education Center on Station Harmony, a neutral space station dedicated to learning. Museums, libraries, science exhibits, the perfect introduction to alien cultures. The teacher leading the trip was Michael Torres, 38 years old, 6th grade science teacher, patient, kind, experienced with children. He had taught for 15 years. He could handle anything, or so he thought. The 20 children boarded the transport ship, excited, chattering, pointing at everything. They had been briefed. Be polite. Stay together. Do not touch anything without asking. Listen to Mr. Torres. Normal field trip rules. Among the students was a girl named Emma Rodriguez, 10 years old. Curious, adventurous. She loved space, loved science, loved learning. She carried a notebook everywhere, drew pictures, wrote observations. Her parents were proud. Her teachers adored her. She was a good kid. The transport arrived at Station Harmony. It was massive, 5 miles across, shaped like a flower with 12 petals. Each petal was a different section, different exhibits, different species, different wonders. The station director was a Zenturi named Vex. He had worked in education for 40 years. He greeted them at the docking bay. Welcome, welcome to Station Harmony. We are honored to host Earth's first student visitors. His voice was warm, genuine. Michael shook his hand carefully. Thank you for having us. The children are very excited, and we are excited to show them everything. Vex gestured to his staff. 12 guides, one for each section, all trained, all prepared, all terrified, but hiding it well. The tour began. The children were amazed by everything. Alien artifacts, strange technologies, holographic displays showing distant worlds. They asked endless questions. The guides answered nervously, watching the human children like they were tiny nuclear weapons. In the geology section, Emma stopped at an exhibit, a large crystal formation behind protective glass. The sign said it was from a collapsed star. Incredibly rare, incredibly valuable, incredibly strong. Nothing in the galaxy could break it. Emma pressed her face against the glass. It is beautiful, she whispered. The guide, a young Mori named Pip, relaxed slightly. She was just a child, innocent, gentle. The group moved to the next exhibit. Emma followed, but her notebook fell from her bag. It slid under the display case. She did not notice. Not until 10 minutes later, when she reached for it. Her notebook was gone. Mr. Torres. Emma tugged his sleeve. I lost my notebook. I think I dropped it at the crystal exhibit. Michael checked his watch. We have time. Go back and get it. But stay on this level. Come right back. 5 minutes. Emma nodded and ran back. The crystal exhibit was empty now. Her notebook was under the case. She could see it, just barely visible. She knelt down, reached under, could not quite grab it. She looked around. No one was watching. She tried reaching from the other side. Still too far. She made a decision, a child's decision, not thinking about consequences. She grabbed the base of the display case, lifted it slightly, just enough to pull her notebook free. The case was solid metal, weighed 800 pounds, bolted to the floor. She lifted it like picking up a book. The notebook slid out. Emma grabbed it, lowered the case. Done. Easy. She started walking back to her group. Behind her, alarm started screaming. Red lights flashed. The entire station shook. Emergency protocols activated. Doors sealed. Sections locked down. Emma stopped, confused, scared. What was happening? She ran toward her group, but the corridor door was closing. Heavy steel blast door, designed to seal sections in case of hull breach. 3 feet thick. Emergency rated. Emma saw the door closing. Her group was on the other side. She ran faster. The door was almost shut. Just a small gap left. 2 feet. 1 foot. 6 inches. She dove through. The door clamped shut behind her. She rolled and stood up, breathing hard. That was close, she thought. She did not realize what she had just done. On the other side, Michael was counting heads. 18, 19, 20. Everyone was here. Wait, he counted again. 19. Someone was missing. Emma. Where's Emma? She went back for her notebook. Another student said, before the alarm started. Michael's blood went cold. Emma was on the other side of the sealed section. Alone, he ran to the blast door, pounded on it. Emma, can you hear me? On the other side, Emma heard the pounding. Mr. Torres, I am here. I am okay. The door closed, but I got through. Michael pressed his forehead against the door. Relief flooded through him. Okay, just stay there. Stay calm. They will open the door soon. You are safe. But Emma was curious. She looked around. This section was different, darker. The lights were flickering. This was not a museum section. This was maintenance, engineering. She started walking, looking for another way back to her group. In the station control room, chaos erupted. Director Vex stared at his screens. Impossible readings. Section 7 had been breached. Something lifted the crystal display, broke the magnetic locks, triggered every security system. What kind of force was that? His chief engineer was checking the data. Sir, the sensors show the display case was lifted. Physically lifted. It weighs 800 pounds. It is bolted down with gravity clamps. Nothing should be able to move it. Show me the security footage. Vex demanded. The screen showed the crystal exhibit. Empty. Then a small figure entered. A human child. Emma. She knelt down, reached under. Then, Vex's eyes went wide. She grabbed the case, lifted it with her hands, like it weighed nothing. That is a child. Vex whispered. A human child just lifted 800 pounds. Without effort, without strain. She did not even seem to notice. The engineer was pale. Sir, if their children are this strong. He could not finish. Where is she now? Vex snapped back to action. Find her. Make sure she is safe. Sir, the blast doors are sealed. She is trapped in Section 7. The engineer pulled up a map. She went through the blast door as it was closing. The gap was 6 inches. She should not have fit, but the sensors show she did. Open the doors. Get her out. Vex ordered. We cannot have a human child alone in maintenance. Too many hazards. Too much equipment. Too much danger. Sir, we cannot open the doors. The security lockdown is automatic. It will take 20 minutes to override. Standard safety protocol. Vex made a decision. Send a security team through the maintenance tunnels. Find her. Keep her safe. And do not, he paused, do not scare her. She is just a child. Be gentle. 3 security officers were dispatched. All Krakener. Big. Strong. Trained. They entered the maintenance tunnels nervously. They were looking for a human child. The most dangerous thing they could imagine. Emma walked through the maintenance section. It was dark. Pipes everywhere. Machinery. Strange sounds. She was not scared. Just curious. She turned a corner and found something interesting. A massive pump, size of a car. It was making grinding sounds. Sparks shooting from one side. Something was wrong. Emma knew about machines. Her dad was an engineer. He taught her about systems, about how things worked. She examined the pump, found the problem. A bearing was seized. The shaft was stuck. The whole system was overheating. She looked for tools, found a maintenance kit, too high on the wall. She jumped, 8 feet straight up, grabbed the kit, landed softly. She opened the kit, found a wrench. The bolt she needed to reach was deep inside the machinery. Tight space. She reached in. Her arm disappeared into the mechanism up to her shoulder. She felt the bolt. Turned it. The seize bearing loosened. The shaft started moving again. Smooth. Quiet. The pump stopped grinding. The spark stopped. The system cooled down. Emma wiped her hands on her pants. Fixed, she thought. Dad would be proud. The security team found her there, standing in front of the pump, covered in grease, smiling. The lead officer, a Krakener named Brack, approached slowly. Hello, little human. Are you Emma? Yes. Emma turned. Oh, good. I was looking for a way back. I got turned around. She walked toward them, not scared at all. Brack towered over her. 8 feet tall, 400 pounds of muscle, covered in scars. He had fought in wars, survived battles. He was terrified of this tiny child. Are you hurt? Are you okay? I am fine. Emma showed her greasy hands. I fixed that pump, though. It was making weird sounds. I think a bearing was stuck. You fixed the pump. Brack looked at the machine. It was running perfectly now. That pump has been broken for 3 days. Engineers cannot fix it. The parts are too deep. The mechanism too tight. No one could reach inside. Oh. Emma looked confused. It was not that hard. I just reached in and turned the bolt. Easy. Brack exchanged glances with his team. She reached into machinery that would crush a Krakener's arm. reached in like dipping her hand in water. You are very brave and very skilled. Thank you. Emma smiled. Can you take me back to my class now? Mr. Torres is probably worried. They walked back through the tunnels. Emma chatted the whole way, asking questions, pointing at things, completely comfortable. The security team was silent, watchful, careful not to touch her, scared of what she might do if startled. They reached the blast door. It was opening now. Override complete. Michael stood on the other side, relief on his face. Emma, thank God. Emma ran to him. Sorry, Mr. Torres. I got lost, but I fixed a pump, and these nice officers helped me find my way back. Michael hugged her, then looked at the officers. Thank you so much. Brack nodded. She is remarkable, very remarkable. He did not explain what he meant. Michael did not ask. Director Vex arrived moments later, breathing hard. He had run from the control room. Is she safe? Is she hurt? I am fine. Emma waved. Just dirty. Sorry about the alarms. I did not mean to cause trouble. Vex knelt down to her level. You lifted the display case. How? Why? My notebook fell under it. I just lifted it a little bit to get it back. Emma pulled out her notebook. See, I got it. That case weighs 800 pounds. Vex said carefully. Did you know that? Emma looked surprised. Really? It did not feel that heavy. I was only lifting one side, though. Maybe that is why. And you fixed the maintenance pump. The one in Section 7. It was making bad sounds. Emma said simply, like when our dishwasher at home breaks. Same kind of grinding. I just fixed the bearing. Dad taught me how. Vex stood up slowly. He looked at Michael. Your students are. He searched for words. They are incredible. They are just kids. Michael said, normal kids. Normal. Vex repeated. The word felt strange. Wrong. A normal human child just accomplished what trained engineers could not. She lifted weights that would crush most species. She jumped 8 feet. She reached into machinery that should have taken her arm off. She walked alone through dark tunnels without fear. Normal human child. Those 3 words would haunt Vex for years. The field trip continued. The children had a wonderful time. They learned about alien cultures, about space, about the galaxy. They were polite, respectful, gentle, but the station staff was traumatized. They watched human children run, play, laugh, normal childhood activities. But these children could accidentally demolish the station, could accidentally hurt someone, could accidentally do anything. The guides reported everything. Emma lifting the case. A boy named Jake who bent a steel railing by leaning on it. A girl named Sophia who caught a falling display with one hand. Another boy named Tyler who climbed a wall because he thought the view would be better. All accidents. All innocent. All terrifying. The transport ship departed that evening. The children waved goodbye, excited to tell their parents about their adventure. Emma showed her mom the greasy notebook, told her about fixing the pump. Her mom laughed. That is my girl, always helping. On Station Harmony, Director Vex called an emergency meeting. Every staff member attended. He stood at the front, exhausted, shaken. Today we hosted human children. 20 children, ages 10 to 12. They were polite. They were kind. They were curious. They were also the most destructive force the station has ever contained. And they did not even try. They were just being children. He pulled up the reports. The incidents. The accidents. The impossible feats. We thought we understood humans. We thought we knew what they could do. We were wrong. We only knew what human adults can do when they're being careful, being gentle, being restrained. But children do not have that restraint. Children do not know their own strength. Children explore, test, push, and human children. He paused. Human children are stronger than our adults, faster than our athletes, tougher than our soldiers, and they do not even know it. Silence filled the room. Heavy, oppressive. Sir, Brack stood. What do we do? How do we prepare? How do we keep them safe without insulting them? We learn, Vex said firmly. We adapt. We upgrade our facilities. We train our staff. And we never forget that humans are capable of anything, even their children, especially their children. A message was sent to the Galactic Council. Report on human children. Educational assessment. Safety recommendations. The message was clear. Human children were not just small humans. They were unpredictable, powerful, innocent. They needed special consideration, special care, special respect. The council read the report, watched the footage of Emma, 10 years old, lifting 800 pounds, fixing complex machinery, squeezing through impossible gaps, all while smiling, all while helping, all while being a normal kid. They made new regulations. Any facility hosting human children must upgrade safety systems, must triple structural integrity, must train staff specifically for human youth, must have emergency response teams ready at all times, not because human children were dangerous, but because human children were children. They would run, play, explore, touch, climb, test, and when a human child did those things, buildings could break, equipment could fail, systems could collapse, all on accident, all with innocent smiles, all while asking if they did something wrong. Back on Earth, Emma went to school the next day. She told her friends about the field trip, about the crystal, about the pump, about the nice security officers. Her friends thought it sounded cool. They wanted to go next time. Her teacher asked her to write an essay about her experience. Emma wrote 3 pages, about learning, about aliens, about friendship, about helping. She got an A. She did not write about lifting 800 pounds, or fixing the pump, or diving through closing blast doors. Those were not important. Those were just normal things. Things anyone would do. Normal. That word again. The word that meant something completely different to humans than to the rest of the galaxy. And somewhere in space, Director Vex sat in his office, staring at a photo, Emma smiling, covered in grease, holding her notebook, a normal human child. He kept the photo on his desk, a reminder, a warning, a promise. The galaxy had learned to respect human adults. Now they needed to learn to respect human children too, because human children were not just the future. They were already more powerful than most species could ever hope to be, and they were just getting started. 2 years after Emma's field trip, the galaxy had settled into a new normal. Humans were everywhere now, trading, teaching, exploring, building, always friendly, always helpful, always terrifyingly powerful, without meaning to be. The Galactic Council created the Department of Human Affairs. Its sole job was managing human interactions, preventing incidents, explaining human behavior, translating human culture. The department employed 50,000 people across 200 worlds. But something strange started happening. Archaeologists across the galaxy began finding things. Strange things, ancient things, things that should not exist. The first discovery was on Kraken Prime. Dr. Vora was excavating a site dated to 50,000 years ago, before the Krakener civilization existed, before their recorded history began. She found a structure, massive, made of an unknown metal, perfectly preserved. The structure had writing on it, symbols, but not Krakener symbols, not any known language. Dr. Vora spent months trying to translate it. Nothing worked. She sent images to every linguistic expert in the galaxy. No one recognized it. Then a human tourist visited the dig site. His name was David Kim, elementary school teacher from California. He was on vacation, just looking around, being curious. He saw the symbols, stopped, stared. Dr. Vora noticed him. "Can I help you, human David?" David pointed at the wall. "That is English, Old English. Really old, but definitely English." Dr. Vora felt her heart stop. She had 4 hearts. All 4 stopped. English, the human language. What? David pulled out his phone. started typing. That word is foundation. That one is strength. This phrase says built to last. It is archaic, maybe Middle English, from Earth's medieval period, but it is readable. Impossible. Dr. Vora whispered, this structure is 50,000 years old. Humans only reached space 200 years ago. This cannot be English. But it was. More experts were called. Human linguists, historians, scientists. They confirmed it. The writing was definitely English, definitely old, definitely impossible. More discoveries followed. On Centauri Minor, ancient ruins, 60,000 years old. Writing in Mandarin. On Vex homeworld, structures dated to 70,000 years ago. Inscriptions in Arabic on Draxi colonies. Buildings from 80,000 years in past, marked with Spanish. Every ancient site, every prehistoric structure, every unexplained ruin. They all had human languages, human measurements, human design principles. The Galactic Council called an emergency session. Every species represented. The chamber was packed. Silent, afraid, Admiral Crest stood at the center, his forearms spread wide. We have a problem. A mystery. Evidence suggests that humans have been in our galaxy for over 100,000 years. Long before any of our civilizations existed. Long before we had space travel. Long before we had written language. A Centauri counselor stood. But humans say they only left Earth 200 years ago. They have records. History. Documentation. They are not lying. We know they do not lie. Correct. Crest nodded, which means something else is happening. Something we do not understand. A human delegate was present. Ambassador Lisa Chun. She looked as confused as everyone else. Admiral, I assure you, we only achieved faster than light travel in 2247. We have complete historical records. We never left our solar system before that. This is as mysterious to us as it is to you. Then how? A Mori representative demanded, how is your language on our ancient ruins? How are your words carved into our prehistoric temples? How? The council commissioned a massive research project. Teams were sent to every ancient site in the galaxy. Hundreds of locations. Thousands of artifacts. All being studied, analyzed, dated, compared. The lead researcher was Dr. Thon, a Kraken neuroscientist, 300 years old, the most respected archaeologist in the galaxy. He spent 6 months examining the evidence. His findings were disturbing. He presented to the council, his voice grave, serious. The evidence is undeniable. Every major civilization in this galaxy was built on foundations left by an ancient species. We always called them the ancients, the precursors, the first ones. We thought they were extinct, lost to time. He pulled up images, structures, artifacts, writing. They were not extinct. They were human. Humans are the ancients. Humans are the precursors. Humans built the foundations our civilizations rest upon. The chamber erupted. Impossible. How? Why? Questions shouted from every direction. Dr. Thon raised his hands. Please, let me finish. The evidence suggests that humans spread across this galaxy over 100,000 years ago. They built structures, stations, bases. Then they disappeared, vanished completely. No one knows why. No one knows how. But they left their marks everywhere. Ambassador Chen stood slowly. Dr. Thon, if what you are saying is true, if humans were here before, why do we have no memory of it? No records, no stories, nothing in our history. That, Dr. Thon said quietly, that is the real mystery. A special team was formed. Human and alien scientists working together. They needed answers. They started with Earth, digging deeper into human history, looking for clues, looking for gaps. What they found was shocking. Earth's prehistoric period had inconsistencies, gaps in the fossil record, unexplained technological jumps, sudden advances in human evolution, things that did not quite fit. Dr. Sarah Martinez led the human research team. She was a paleontologist, expert in human evolution. She studied the data for weeks, then made a presentation. We found something. She began. About 120,000 years ago, human evolution took a strange turn. We had a population bottleneck. Our numbers dropped dramatically. Then suddenly, around 100,000 years ago, humans showed rapid advancement. Tool use, language, abstract thinking. It happened too fast. Evolution does not work that fast. What are you suggesting? Dr. Thon asked, his voice tight. I am suggesting. Sarah paused. I am suggesting that humans left Earth, spread across the galaxy, built civilizations on hundreds of worlds. Then something happened, something catastrophic. The survivors came back to Earth, started over, forgot everything. The room was silent, absolutely silent. But why? Ambassador Chen asked. Why would we forget? Why would we lose everything? We do not know, Sarah admitted, but their theories. War, plague, disaster, something so terrible that it destroyed our galactic civilization, killed billions, left only scattered survivors. Those survivors fled back to Earth, back to our homeworld, and started again from scratch. A Centauri scientist named Kira spoke up. If this is true, if humans built our ancient structures, then that means... She stopped, unable to finish. Dr. Thon finished for her. It means humans built this galaxy, every major trade route, every strategic station location, every resource-rich system. They were all discovered by ancient humans. We just followed their maps, used their infrastructure, built on their foundations. Our entire galactic civilization exists because humans prepared it for us. The weight of that statement crushed the room. Every species, every culture, every achievement, all built on human foundations. Foundations so old humans themselves had forgotten them. Humans are not newcomers. Dr. Thon continued. They are not visitors. They are returning home, to a galaxy they built and lost. A galaxy that forgot them. Admiral Crest stood. We need more evidence. We need to be certain. Continue the research. Explore every site. Find the truth. The investigation expanded. Teams searched thousands of worlds. Deep scans, deep excavations, looking for anything that could explain the mystery. On the outer rim, in an unexplored system, they found something. A structure, massive, buried under a dead planet's surface. It was dormant, dark, cold, but intact. The research team included both humans and aliens. They carefully entered. The structure was enormous. Miles of corridors, rooms, chambers, all empty, all silent, all waiting. Then they found the core, a central chamber, and inside, a database, ancient, powered down, but still functional. The human engineer, James Wu, examined it. I think I can power this up. It is using technology similar to our quantum computers, just much more advanced. Do it, Dr. Thon ordered. We need answers. James worked for 3 hours. Careful, precise. Finally, power hummed through the structure. Lights flickered on. Weak, dim, the database initialized. A hologram appeared. Flickering, unstable, but readable. It showed a star map, the galaxy, but different, marked with thousands of human settlements. Stations, colonies, cities, all connected, all thriving. The date stamp showed 98,000 years ago. Then the hologram changed. It showed something approaching. From outside the galaxy. Something massive, dark, wrong. The word that appeared in English was simple. The enemy. The hologram showed war. Desperate, brutal. Human ships fighting, dying, worlds burning. Stations destroyed. The enemy was unstoppable, relentless, consuming everything. The humans fought for decades, but they were losing. The database showed their final plan. Evacuation. Every human, every ship, every survivor, fleeing to one place. Earth, the homeworld, the origin point. They would hide there, destroy all technology. erase all records, become primitive, become invisible. The enemy hunted advanced civilizations. It found them through their technology, their communications, their presence. So humans would disappear. Completely. They would restart, rebuild slowly, carefully, quietly, over thousands of generations. And maybe the enemy would pass by, would leave, would forget. The hologram showed the last message, recorded by someone named Commander Sarah Webb. Her face was tired, sad, determined. To whoever finds this, we were human. We built this galaxy. We filled it with life, with hope, with dreams. But something came. Something we cannot stop. We are going home. Going dark. Going silent. If you find this message, if you understand it, know that we did not abandon you. We saved you by making ourselves invisible, by sacrificing our civilization. The enemy hunts the strong. We became weak. We became hidden. We became forgotten. But we will return. Someday, our children's children's children will reach the stars again. And maybe the enemy will be gone. Maybe we can rebuild. Maybe we can come home. This galaxy is ours. We built it for life, for peace, for the future. Never forget that. Never forget us. The hologram faded. The message ended. Silence filled the chamber. Complete. Absolute. Heavy. Dr. Thon fell to his knees, his massive crack in her body shaking. You saved us. Before we even existed. You saved us. Ambassador Chun had tears streaming down her face. We forgot everything. Our sacrifice, our people, our galaxy. James will stare at the dark hologram projector. Sarah Webb, he said quietly. Marcus Webb, Dorothy Chun, we keep those names. Those family lines survived 100,000 years. The research team returned to the council, brought the data, the recordings, the truth. The message was broadcast across the galaxy. Every world, every species, every person. The reaction was unprecedented. Shock, awe, grief, gratitude. Humans had not just saved themselves. They had saved the entire galaxy by disappearing, by forgetting, by becoming primitive. And now, 100,000 years later, they were back, stronger than ever, because they evolved on Earth. A death world, heavy gravity, harsh conditions, constant struggle. They became powerful, tougher, more capable. The ancient humans were strong, but modern humans were stronger. The sacrifice had made them into something greater. A memorial was built at the galactic core, a monument to the ancients, to the humans who gave up everything, inscribed with every name recovered from ancient databases. Billions of names, billions of lives, all remembered. Earth became more than humanity's homeworld. It became the galaxy's sacred place, the origin of civilization, the shelter that saved everyone. Pilgrims from every species traveled there to see where humanity survived, where they hid, where they waited. And humans finally understood why they were so strong, why they were so different. They were not newcomers. They were not outsiders. They were coming home to a galaxy they built, a galaxy they saved, a galaxy that had waited 100,000 years for their return. Admiral Kress gave a speech at the memorial dedication. His voice carried across 1 billion worlds. We thought humans were dangerous. We were right, but not in the way we feared. They are dangerous because they would sacrifice everything to protect others. Dangerous because they would give up their entire civilization to save species they would never meet. Dangerous because they love so completely they would forget themselves to keep others safe. He paused. The galaxy fell silent, listening. We built our civilizations on their foundations. We thrived in their silence. We lived because they died. And now they have returned, not as conquerors, not as rulers, but as friends, as teachers, as family. Another pause, longer, more meaningful. Welcome home, humans. Welcome back to the galaxy you built, the galaxy you saved, the galaxy that never forgot you even when you forgot yourselves. This is your home. It always was. It always will be. The crowd erupted. Every species. Every voice. Cheering. Crying. Celebrating. Human delegates stood surrounded by aliens. Embraced. Welcomed. Honored. And somewhere, somehow, the ancient humans would have smiled. Their sacrifice was not in vain. Their children had returned. The galaxy was safe. The enemy was gone. And humanity was finally home. 5 years after the discovery of humanity's ancient past, the galaxy had transformed. Humans were not just accepted. They were revered. Every species learned human history in schools. Every child grew up knowing the sacrifice humans made. The galaxy was united, strong, peaceful, happy, but peace never lasts forever. The first sign came from the outer rim. A research station went dark. No warning, no distress call, just silence. Search and rescue teams were sent. They found nothing. The station was gone. Completely. Not destroyed. Not damaged. Just gone. Erased from space. 3 more stations disappeared the same way. Then a colony. Then an entire mining operation. All on the outer edge of the galaxy. All vanishing without trace. The Galactic Council convened emergency sessions. Admiral Kress looked older now. Tired. He had hoped to retire. To live peacefully. But now something was wrong. We have a pattern. 7 disappearances. All in the same region. All within 2 months. This is not natural. This is not random. What are you suggesting, Admiral? A Zenturi counselor asked, her voice worried. I am suggesting we are under attack, but we do not know by whom, or by what. Ambassador Chen was present, now Ambassador General Chun. She had been promoted after the ancient discoveries. She had military experience, combat training. The council needed her expertise. Admiral, have we detected any ships? Any weapons signatures? Any energy readings? Nothing. Kress brought up sensor data. The stations just stop existing. One moment they are there. Next moment empty space. No debris. No radiation. No trace of what happened. The room fell silent. This was impossible. Frightening. Unknown. A human scientist named Dr. James Park stood up. He was young. Brilliant. Specialized in ancient human technology. He had spent 5 years studying the recovered databases. Admiral, I think I know what this is. Everyone turned to him. James took a deep breath. When I was reviewing the ancient records, the war with the enemy, I found something. The enemy does not destroy things. It erases them, removes them from space-time. That is why there were no ruins, no wreckage, no survivors. They were not killed. They were deleted. Ambassador Chen felt ice in her veins. You think the enemy is back? I think the enemy never left. James pulled up his research. Ancient records show the enemy went dormant. It hunted for advanced civilizations, found them through technology missions, quantum signatures, faster than light travel. When humans went dark, when they hit on Earth, the enemy lost its target. It waited, searching, dormant. Dr. Thon spoke up, his old voice shaking. And now we have filled the galaxy. Billions of beings using technology, communicating, broadcasting. We woke it up. James nodded slowly. We rang the dinner bell. The council chamber erupted in panic. Shouting, fear, chaos. Kress slammed his 4 fists on the podium. Order. We need order. If the enemy is truly back, we need to prepare. We need to fight. Fight. A Mori counselor laughed bitterly. The ancient humans had technology 100,000 years ahead of ours. They had weapons we cannot imagine, ships that dwarf our fleets. They fought for decades and lost. How can we fight? Ambassador Chen stood. Her voice cut through the noise. Clear, strong, commanding. We fight because we have something the ancient humans did not have. We have modern humans. Humans who evolved on a death world. Humans who are stronger, tougher, more resilient. Humans who are apparently impossible to kill. But the enemy erased entire worlds. A Zenturi representative protested. What can human strength do against that? I do not know, Chin admitted, but I know humans do not give up. Ever. And I know this galaxy is our home. We built it. We saved it. We will not lose it again. A transmission came through. From the outer rim, emergency broadcast, distress signal. The council pulled it up. A face appeared. Commander Thorax, the Krakener warrior from the Galactic Olympics. His face was covered in blood. Behind him, alarm screamed. Lights flashed red. This is Commander Thorax. Defense Station Omega. We are under attack. Enemy unknown. It is. Oh gods. It is erasing my crew. They just vanish. Like they never existed. We cannot fight this. We cannot stop. The transmission cut out. Gone. Send every available ship. Crest ordered. Full military mobilization. Now, within hours, the largest fleet ever assembled was heading to the outer rim. Krakener battleships, Zenturi cruisers, Vex destroyers, Mori fighters, Draxi carriers, and leading them, Earth's defense fleet, 50 ships, not the biggest, not the most numerous, but crewed by humans. The fleet commander was Admiral David Park, Jennifer Park's brother, former Olympic athlete, current military officer. He had never seen real combat. No human had. Earth had been peaceful for 200 years, but he was trained, ready, determined. The fleet arrived at Defense Station Omega. What they found stopped them cold. The station was half gone, not destroyed. Half of it simply did not exist anymore, like someone had taken an eraser to reality itself. And floating in space, something massive. It was not a ship, not exactly. It was darkness given form, void shaped into geometry. It absorbed light. Sensors could not read it. Scanners showed nothing. It existed and did not exist at the same time. The enemy, it moved, slowly, deliberately. Tendrils of darkness reached out toward the fleet. Ships that were touched simply stopped being. No explosion, no death, just gone, erased. All ships opened fire. Admiral Park ordered, everything we have. The fleet unleashed hell. Plasma cannons, missile barges, energy weapons, kinetic rounds, enough firepower to shatter planets. The weapons hit the enemy, passed through it, did nothing. It was like shooting at a shadow. It cannot be hurt. Park's tactical officer reported, our weapons have no effect. Then we try something different. Park made a decision. All human ships, ramming speed, physical contact. Let us see if it can erase us. Admiral, that is suicide. His officer protested. Maybe. Park smiled grimly. But humans are hard to kill. Engage. The 50 human ships accelerated. Full thrust. They hit the enemy at maximum speed. The darkness wrapped around them. Tried to erase them. Failed. The ships pushed through. Their hulls screaming. Metal groaning. But holding. Human engineering. Built tough. Built to survive. Inside the ship's humans felt the erasure attempt. Reality tried to delete them. Their bodies resisted. Evolution on a death world made them stubborn, made them durable, made them impossible to remove from existence. It hurt. Oh, gods, it hurt. Like being pulled apart at the atomic level. But they held on. They survived. The enemy recoiled. Confused. Nothing had ever resisted before. Nothing had ever survived contact. These beings were different. Wrong. They should not exist. But they did. Keep pushing. Park gritted his teeth through the pain. We can hurt it. Physical contact works. Ram it again. The human ships made another pass. This time they fired while in contact. Point-blank range. Weapons physically touching the enemy. And this time something happened. The darkness flickered. Weakened. A piece broke off and dissolved. It worked. Park science officer was shocked. Physical contact bypasses its defenses. We can damage it, but only by touching it. Then we touch it a lot. Park opened fleet-wide communications. All ships, new orders. Human vessels will maintain physical contact. Everyone else fire at the sections we are touching. Concentrate fire. Maximum power. The fleet adjusted. Human ships dove into the enemy, held position despite the agony. Despite reality trying to erase them, other ships fired at those exact points. Where human and enemy touched, the combined assault worked. The enemy started breaking apart, dissolving, retreating, but it was learning. It changed tactics. Instead of trying to erase the humans, it started targeting the other species. Zenturi ships vanished. Krakener vessels disappeared. Mori fighters ceased to exist. No, Park watched his allies die. His friends erased. Rage filled him. Protect the fleet. Human ships formed defensive perimeter. Nothing gets through us. The human ships spread out, creating a barrier between the enemy and the rest of the fleet. They took every hit, every erasure attempt, every attack. Their ships were damaged, their hulls breaking, but they held the line. Inside Park's ship, the strain was overwhelming. Crew members collapsed. Blood ran from noses, ears, eyes. The erasure field was killing them, slowly, painfully, but not instantly. Humans were too stubborn to die quickly. Admiral, we cannot maintain this. The medical officer reported, the crew is dying. Then we die protecting them. Park's voice was steady. That is what humans do. We protect, even if it costs everything. But reinforcements arrived. More human ships, civilian vessels, transports, cargo haulers, even tourist ships. Thousands of them. Every human within 10 light years had heard the battle, had come to help. Not soldiers, not warriors, just people, teachers, engineers, parents, children. Ambassador Chen's voice came over communications. You are not dying today, David. None of you are. Every human in this sector is coming. We will drown the enemy in our stubbornness. The civilian ships were not armed, not armored, just regular vessels. But they were crewed by humans. That was enough. They threw themselves at the enemy. Thousands of ships, creating a wall of human resistance. The enemy tried to erase them. Failed. Tried to break them. Failed. Humans just kept coming. Kept pushing. Kept fighting. On Earth, news of the battle spread. Billions of humans watched. Helpless. Desperate. Then someone had an idea. A crazy idea. If humans could resist erasure, if human presence disrupted the enemy, then maybe they could help from here. Dr. Sarah Martinez made a proposal to Earth's government. We sent a signal, a quantum broadcast. Human consciousness projected across space. Every human on Earth focusing their will, their existence, their stubborn refusal to be erased. We make ourselves felt across the galaxy. That is insane, the president said. We have no proof that would work. We have no proof it would not, Sarah countered. And our people are dying out there. We have to try. Earth's government approved it. 8 billion humans. All focusing. All broadcasting. All screaming into the void. We are here. We exist. You cannot erase us. You cannot delete us. We are human. We persist. The effect was immediate. The enemy felt it. 8 billion minds. 8 billion wills. 8 billion beings refusing to cease existing. The weight of human stubbornness crashed across space. The enemy flickered, weakened, confused. In the battle, Admiral Park felt the change, felt billions of humans backing him, supporting him. He smiled through bloody teeth. You hear that? That is 8 billion humans telling you no. We will not be erased. Not again. Never again. The human fleet pushed forward. Every ship, every person, united. The enemy tried to retreat, tried to flee, but humans followed, chased, pursued. They forced it into physical contact, forced weapons to connect, forced reality to acknowledge the battle. And slowly, painfully, impossibly, they won. The enemy broke apart, dissolved, scattered into nothing, not destroyed, not killed, but driven away, forced to flee, defeated by the one thing it could not erase, human stubbornness. The civilian ships were not armed, not armored, just regular vessels. But they were crewed by humans. That was enough. They threw themselves at the enemy. Thousands of ships, creating a wall of human resistance. The enemy tried to erase them, failed. Tried to break them, failed. Humans just kept coming, kept pushing, kept fighting. On Earth, news of the battle spread. Billions of humans watched, helpless, desperate. Then someone had an idea, a crazy idea. If humans could resist erasure, if human presence disrupted the enemy, then maybe they could help from here. Dr. Sarah Martinez made the proposal to Earth's government. We send a signal, a quantum broadcast. Human consciousness projected across space. Every human on Earth focusing their will, their existence, their stubborn refusal to be erased. We make ourselves felt across the galaxy. That is insane, the president said. We have no proof that would work. We have no proof it would not, Sarah countered. And our people are dying out there. We have to try. Earth's government approved it. 8 billion humans. All focusing, all broadcasting, all screaming into the void. We are here. We exist. You cannot erase us. You cannot delete us. We are human. We persist. The effect was immediate. The enemy felt it. 8 billion minds. 8 billion wills. 8 billion beings refusing to cease existing. The weight of human stubbornness crashed across space. The enemy flickered, weakened, confused. In the battle, Admiral Park felt the change, felt billions of humans backing him, supporting him. He smiled through bloody teeth. You hear that? That is 8 billion humans telling you no. We will not be erased. Not again. Never again. The human fleet pushed forward. Every ship, every person, united. The enemy tried to retreat, tried to flee, but humans followed, chased, pursued. They forced it into physical contact, forced weapons to connect, forced reality to acknowledge the battle. And slowly, painfully, impossibly, they won. The enemy broke apart, dissolved, scattered into nothing, not destroyed, not killed, but driven away, forced to flee, defeated by the one thing it could not erase, human stubbornness. The battle ended. The fleet held position, damaged, bloodied, but alive. The non-human ships emerged from behind the human barrier. Thousands of vessels had been saved, millions of lives preserved. Admiral Park collapsed in his chair. His ship was barely holding together. His crew was unconscious or dying, but they had won. We did it, he whispered. We actually did it. Ambassador Chen's face appeared on his screen. You did more than that, David. You showed the galaxy that humans do not just build civilizations. We defend them. With our lives. With our stubbornness. With everything we have. The fleet limped home. Slow. Painful. Earth sent rescue ships. Medical vessels. Recovery teams. The casualties were counted. 3,000 humans dead. Another 5,000 severely injured. But over 2 million non-human lives saved. The Galactic Council held an emergency session. Every species attended. They had watched the battle. Watched humans sacrifice themselves. Watched teachers and engineers and parents throw themselves at an enemy that erased existence itself. Admiral Kress stood at the podium. 100,000 years ago, humans saved this galaxy by disappearing, by sacrificing their civilization. Today they save us again, by refusing to disappear, by refusing to let anyone be erased. They stood between us and oblivion, and they won. He paused, his 4 hands forming fists. No other species could have done this. No other beings could resist erasure. Only humans, because they are stubborn, because they are impossible, because they are human. Dr. Thon stepped forward, his ancient voice filled with emotion. I have studied humans for years. I thought I understood them. I was wrong. Humans are not just strong, not just durable. They are inevitable. Point them at an enemy. Tell them they cannot win, and they will prove you wrong. Every single time. Ambassador Chen stood to respond. Her voice was tired, sad, proud. We lost people today. Good people. Brave people. They were not soldiers. Most of them. They were just humans who saw others in danger and could not walk away. She looked at the council, at every species represented. This galaxy is our home, all of ours. We built it together. Ancient humans created the foundation. Modern humans defend it. But we do not do it alone. We do it for you, with you, together. The council voted. Unanimous. Earth would lead the Galactic Defense Force. Humans would train other species, share their resistance, their stubbornness, their refusal to quit. Together they would prepare, because the enemy might return. And next time the galaxy would be ready. Memorials were built on every world, listing the 3,000 humans who died. Teachers, engineers, parents, children, just people who became heroes, who became legends, who became the shield that protected billions. And on Earth, in every city, every town, every home, people gathered. They mourned the lost, celebrated the survivors, and made a promise, a human promise. We will never let anyone be erased. We will never let anyone disappear. We will stand. We will fight. We will persist, because that is what humans do. That is what they have always done. That is what they will always do. The enemy learned that lesson the hard way. You cannot erase humanity. You can hurt them. You can damage them. You can make them bleed. But you cannot make them quit. You cannot make them surrender. You cannot make them stop being human. And human means stubborn. Human means persistent. Human means unbreakable. The galaxy knew that now. The enemy knew that now. Everyone knew that now. Humanity was home, and heaven help anyone who tried to take that away from them. 10 years after the enemy's defeat, the galaxy thrived. The Galactic Defense Force was strong, united, prepared. Humans had trained every species in resistance techniques, mental fortitude, physical endurance. The galaxy had become tougher, harder to break, harder to erase. But in deep space, in a forgotten system marked only in ancient databases, something was waking up. The research vessel Destiny was on a routine survey mission, mapping old human sites, cataloging ancient structures. The crew was mixed species, commanded by Captain Emma Rodriguez. Yes, that Emma, now 20 years old. Following her childhood curiosity into xenoarchaeology, they detected something unusual. A massive structure in deep space, perfectly hidden behind a dead star's gravity well. No records of it existed. Even the ancient databases had nothing. Emma ordered closer investigation. The structure was enormous, moon-sized, made of materials that should not exist, metals that defied analysis, energy signatures that made no sense. Captain, the science officer, was a Centauri named Kira. This structure is old. Really old. Dating shows. She stopped, checked again. Captain, this is over 100,000 years old, but it is still powered, still active. That is impossible. Emma moved to the sensor station. Everything from that era should be dead, dormant, unless the ancient humans left something running. Kira finished the thought. Something they wanted to keep safe, keep hidden. Emma made a decision. Prep the shuttle. I am going over. Science team with me. Marines on standby. Captain, you should not go personally. The first officer protested. We do not know what is over there. Exactly why I should go. Emma smiled. I am human. If it is an ancient human facility, maybe it will respond to me. The shuttle crossed the empty space, landed on the structure's hull. The way team found an entrance, sealed, but marked with symbols. English, very old English. Emma read them aloud. Sanctuary, for when they return. Password required. Password. Kira looked at the symbols. After 100,000 years. How can anyone know the password? Emma studied the door, thought about ancient humans, about what they valued, about what they would consider important enough to protect for 100,000 years. She spoke clearly. Humanity endures. Nothing happened. Emma tried again. Hope survives. Still nothing. She tried variations, ancient phrases, historical quotes. Nothing worked. Then she remembered something. The message from Commander Sarah Webb. The last transmission before humans went dark. She spoke the final words of that message. We will return. This galaxy is ours. The door opened, smooth, silent, like it had been waiting. The team entered carefully, weapons ready, lights mounted. Inside was pristine, clean, perfect, like it had been sealed yesterday. Corridors stretched ahead. Lights flickered on automatically, following their movement. This is incredible. Dr. James Park was on the team, now a leading expert on ancient humans. His earlier discovery had launched his career. The preservation is perfect, like time stopped in here. They reached a central chamber, massive, and inside, pods, hundreds of them, thousands, stretching into the distance, rows upon rows, all marked with names, dates, ranks. Emma approached the nearest pod, wiped away 100,000 years of dust. Inside, a person, human, perfectly preserved, sleeping, not dead, sleeping. The pod's display showed vital signs. Weak, minimal, but present. They're alive. Emma whispered. Ancient humans are alive. The team checked more pods. All the same, thousands of ancient humans in suspended animation, waiting, preserved, protected. Kira found a control station, a central database. She accessed it carefully. Captain, these are not soldiers. Look at the records. Teachers, scientists, engineers, doctors, artists, families, children. This is not a military facility. Then what is it? Emma asked. A time capsule. James read the database over Kira's shoulder. A genetic backup. They knew they might not survive. Knew the war might erase them completely. So they sent the best of humanity here. To sleep, to wait, to preserve what they were. Emma felt tears in her eyes. They saved themselves. Not just Earth. Not just survivors. They saved actual people. To show future generations who they were. The database had a message, recorded by Sarah Webb, the same commander from the other facility. Her face appeared. Older now, more tired, but still determined. If you are watching this, if you found this place, then we succeeded. Humanity survived. You came back. You found us. She paused, looked directly at the camera. At Emma across 100,000 years. We could not save everyone. The enemy was too strong, too relentless, but we could save some, the best of us, the brightest, the kindest. We put them to sleep, hid them where the enemy would never look, behind a dead star, in quantum stasis, waiting for the day you would be strong enough to find us. Another pause, longer, more emotional. Wake us carefully. We are from another time, another age. We might not understand your world, might not fit in your society, but we can teach you, show you what ancient humans were like, what we believed, what we valued, what we were willing to die for. Sarah smiled, a sad, tired smile. I will not be in those pods. Someone had to stay awake, guard the door, maintain the systems, make sure you could enter. That is my job, my last duty. By the time you see this, I will be long dead. But they will live. Because of you. Because humanity endured. The message ended. Emma stood silent. Sarah Webb sacrificed herself. Stayed awake. Alone. For how long? How many years did she guard this place before she died? The database showed logs. Sarah's personal entries. She maintained the facility for 47 years. Alone. No contact. No company. Just her duty. Then the entries stopped. Her final log was simple. System stable. Human safe. I can rest now. Welcome home, future humans. Make us proud. Emma wiped her eyes. We need to report this. This changes everything. The Galactic Council convened. Emergency session. Again, the news had spread instantly. Ancient humans. Alive. Thousands of them. waiting to wake up. Ambassador Chin stood at the podium, now elderly, 70 years old, still sharp, still strong. This is unprecedented. We have the chance to meet our ancestors, to learn from them directly, to bring them home. But Dr. Thon raised concerns. They are from another time. Their culture, their values, their entire worldview. It is 100,000 years old. How will they adapt to our modern galaxy? Chin smiled. They are human. Humans adapt. That is what we do. The decision was made. Wake them up. Carefully. Slowly. Small groups at first. Assess. Evaluate. Help them adjust. The first group selected was 10 people. Teachers. Scientists. One family with a child. They represented ancient humanity well. Emma volunteered to be there when they woke, to be the first face they saw. The medical team prepared. Mixed species. Best doctors from every civilization. They wanted ancient humans to see the modern galaxy, see what their sacrifice created. The first pod opened. A woman, mid-30s. Her name tag said Dr. Lisa Martinez, genetics researcher. She had been asleep for 100,000 years. Her eyes opened slowly. Confused, disoriented, Emma leaned into her view. Hello, Dr. Martinez. My name is Emma Rodriguez. Welcome back. Welcome home. Lisa tried to speak. Her voice was weak, scratchy. Where am I? How long? You are safe. Emma held her hand. You have been asleep for a very long time, but we found you. We brought you home. The enemy. Lisa's eyes went wide with fear. The enemy? Is it gone? Emma said firmly. We defeated it. 10 years ago. It came back. We drove it away. We. Lisa focused on Emma. Who is we? Humans. Emma smiled. And our friends. Our allies. Every species in the galaxy. We fought together. We won together. Lisa looked around. Saw the medical team. Zenturi, Krakener, Mori, Draxi, all working together, caring for her. Her eyes filled with tears. It worked. Our sacrifice worked. You united them. You united them. Emma corrected. You built the foundation. We just continued your work. Over the next week, all 10 ancient humans were awakened, adjusted, oriented. They met modern humans. Learned about the 100,000 years they missed. Learned about Earth, about the Death World survival, about humanity's return to space, about the Galactic Olympics, about Dorothy Chun, about the battle with the enemy. They were amazed, overwhelmed, proud. Modern humans were stronger than ancient humans, tougher, more durable. Evolution had improved them, but ancient humans had something else. Knowledge. Experience, wisdom from a galactic civilization that spanned thousands of worlds. Dr. Lisa Martinez met with the council, addressed them directly. When we went to sleep, when we hid, we thought we were preserving the past. Instead, we gave you a gift. We gave you teachers who remember what it was like, who know the mistakes we made, who can help you avoid them. She looked around the chamber, at every species. We built this galaxy too fast. Expanded too far, drew too much attention. We did not think about consequences. We did not prepare for threats. We paid the price. But you can do better. You can build smarter, stronger, together. A Zenturi counselor asked the question everyone was thinking. What was ancient humanity like? Were you like modern humans? Strong, powerful, unstoppable. Lisa laughed, bitter, sad. No, we were not like them. We were softer, weaker. We evolved on Earth when it was gentler, before the climate shifts, before it became a death world. We could not lift 800 pounds, could not run faster than sensors could measure, could not resist reality erasure. She paused. But we had something else. We had vision. We had hope. We believed the galaxy could be filled with life, with joy, with peace. We died for that belief. And 100,000 years later, here you are, proving we were right. The council voted to wake everyone. All the pods, thousands of ancient humans, but slowly, in groups, giving them time to adjust, time to understand the modern galaxy, time to find their place. A special city was built on Earth called Sanctuary, designed for ancient humans. Familiar architecture, old technology, comfortable spaces, but connected to the modern world, bridging 100,000 years. Emma visited often, talked with ancient humans, learned their stories. One conversation stayed with her forever. She met an ancient teacher named Marcus Webb. Yes, that name again, that family line. Marcus was a great ancestor of the Marcus Webb who broke the testing facility. He taught children, just like his descendant. He was kind, patient, gentle, everything modern humans were, but quieter, softer, less overwhelming. You are my descendant, Emma said, thousands of generations later, but still Webb family, still a teacher. Marcus smiled, a warm, gentle smile. That makes me proud. Our family survived, endured, continued. What do you teach? Xenoarchaeology. Emma said, I study ancient humans. I study you. Marcus laughed. So you teach about people who teach. Very meta. He looked at her seriously. Are modern humans happy? Did the sacrifice give you good lives? Emma thought carefully. We are strong, capable, respected. We protect the galaxy. But sometimes I wonder if we lost something. You seem softer, kinder, less intense. We had the luxury of softness. Marcus said, Earth was gentle to us. We did not need to be strong, just smart, just hopeful. You did not have that luxury. Earth became harsh. It made you strong. But, he paused, but strength and kindness are not opposites. You can be both. I have seen it. Modern humans are fierce, but also compassionate. You fight, but you also hug. You protect, but you also teach. He put his hand on her shoulder. Do not regret what you became. We needed strength to survive. You have it, but you kept the kindness, the hope, the vision. That is what makes you human, not the strength. The heart. Emma felt something break inside. Release. She had not realized she was carrying that weight, that question, that doubt. She hugged Marcus. Across 100,000 years. Descendant and ancestor. Both human. Both teachers. Both carrying hope forward. News spread across the galaxy. Ancient humans were awake. Walking. Teaching. Sharing. Every species wanted to meet them. To learn from them. To hear their stories. Schools changed curriculum. Now teaching both ancient and modern human history. Children learned about the sacrifice, about Sarah Webb guarding the sleepers, about the 100,000-year gap, about evolution and survival, about strength and kindness. A joint project was announced. Ancient and modern humans working together, rebuilding the historical database, filling the 100,000-year gap, connecting past and future, creating complete human history. And on Earth, in Sanctuary City, ancient and modern humans lived side by side, learning from each other, teaching each other. Ancient humans showed modern humans their history, their culture, their soft, gentle strength. Modern humans showed ancient humans what they became, the power, the durability, the fierce protective nature, the willingness to die for others. Together they were complete, past and present, soft and hard. Wisdom and strength. Ancient humans provided the memory. Modern humans provided the muscle. Combined, they were unstoppable. The galaxy watched, learned, understood. Humans were not just one thing, not just warriors, not just teachers, not just strong, not just kind. They were everything, ancient and modern, past and future, sacrifice and victory. They were human in all its forms. Across 100,000 years, still the same, still different, still evolving, still enduring, and somewhere, somehow, Commander Sarah Webb would have smiled. Her duty was complete. The sleepers were awake. Humanity was whole. The galaxy was safe. She guarded them for 47 years. Alone, waiting, hoping. And now her hope was real. Her sacrifice was worth it. Her humans were home. All of them, ancient and modern. Together, finally together.